I don't want. Okay, I don't want us to have.
I'm going to do very, very coolly.
The truck was actually coming from Ring Road. It missed a step. So as it was trying to gather itself, it fell.
What we are witnessing these days, it is something we can no longer understand.
They should stop telling us and promising us all those promises are fake, giving us this set of promises are fake. We don't want it anymore.
FCT ministers urges Governor Monday Okwevelu to ignore distractors and focus on development of Edo State as the minister commissions the new Edo Line buses.
Be a huge success. In the name of God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Ghost. Please note. I apologize to the people of Edo State that I led the war in 2020 in Edo State to give you bad governance.
That is your faithfulness. Money by money, I see new project in Edo State. Great is that faithfulness. I want to thank you for the bold vision.
Managing Director of New Edo Lines promises efficient service driving.
Activated to ensure a hitch-free exercise.
Stakeholders task Independent National Electoral Commission on hitch-free by-election in Edo State.
They should change and improve. They should conduct free and fair election in this country so that the masses will be happy. There's no way INEC can conduct good election in this country. It's not possible because INEC, they are all biased and the security agencies. So there's no way they can conduct good election in this country. No, it's not possible.
A very good evening and thank you for joining us on BeeTv Major News at 6. Reaching you live from Benin City, the Edo State capital. I am Evelyn Izibili, and now to the news in details. The Minister of Federal Capital Territory, Barrister Wike, has urged Governor Monday Okwevelu to remain committed to serving Edo people and disregard critics. Wike gave the advice in Benin City during the commissioning of the new Edo Line air-conditioned buses. BeeTv News senior reporter Best Orator reports that the governor of Edo State, Senator Monday Okwevelu, reaffirmed his advice to Mr. Peter Obi to seek consultation before visiting Edo State.
Be a huge success. In the name of God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Ghost.
That was the historic inauguration of the new Edo Line transport air-conditioned buses by the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Barrister Wike, amidst cheers and excitement from dignitaries, stakeholders, citizens, and other residents of Edo State. In a remark, the FCT minister commended Governor Monday Okwevelu for his dedication to delivering good governance in the state. Wike praised Governor Okwevelu for initiating developmental projects such as the new Edo Line Transportation Company and the flyover bridge. He endorsed Okwevelu's stance on security protocols, agreeing that high-profile visitors like Mr. Peter Obi should notify the governor to ensure their safety. He urged the governor to remain steadfast and focused on changing the narrative of past administration as he apologized to Edo people for supporting former Governor Godwin Obaseki in 2020, which he said was a period of bad governance in the state.
Performance is not theory. Performance is go and see Edo Line, go and see this road, go and see this road, go and see this hospital. That is performance. I apologize to the people of Edo State that I led the war in 2020 in Edo State to give you bad governance. All I want you to do, you may not have had the resources that Edo State have or is having, but don't stop on flyover one. I want to give you an assignment, so when you are counting, it will be flyover 1, flyover 2, flyover 3, flyover 4, and flyover 5.
In a remark, Edo State Governor Senator Monday Okpebholo expressed gratitude to Edo people for voting him, describing the inauguration of the new Edo Line transport buses as a dream come true. He commended the people for choosing the path of progress. Governor Okpebholo attributed the success of reviving the new Edo Line Transport Company to the support that the state is enjoying from the President of Nigeria, Bola Tinubu.
I want to thank Edo people, first of all, for voting for me. I knew that their vote is a sign of progress. What we are seeing today is a dream come true.
Regarding his warning to Mr. Peter Obi, the 2023 presidential candidate of Labour Party, Governor Monday Okpebholo clarified that his statement was misinterpreted. He emphasized that his responsibility as the governor is to ensure the security of both citizens and visitors. He reaffirmed that Mr. Peter Obi should notify him before visiting the state. Governor Okpebholo noted that he is committed to giving President Bola Tinubu 2.5 million votes in the forthcoming 2027 presidential election.
I simply say it's an advice. Don't come to Edo without telling me. If telling him to notify me as the chief spiritual officer of this state is a crime, so be it. My job is not only to work for Edo people. My job is to save the life of every Edo citizen and visitors coming into Edo.
There were goodwill messages from some dignitaries who include the senator representing Edo North Senatorial District, Senator Comrade Adams Eric Oshomole, the Speaker, Edo State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Blessing Agbebaku, former Deputy Governor of Edo State, Right Honorable Pius Odubu, and Mr. Lucky Imaswe, as well as the former senator representing Edo South Senatorial District, Senator Pharmacist Matthew Uruhide, Pastor Osaye Zeyamu, and retired General Cecile Sekaigbe, who commended Governor Okpebholo for restoring the Edo Line, which they said will address transportation needs of Edo people.
What Governor Monday has done today is to help me to accomplish what I would have wished to do, but I'm no longer in a position to do it. So, Governor Monday, I want to thank you. Thank you for being who you are. And thank you for not forgetting where you are coming from.
You see Edo Line like Edo State has risen again. So what I tell you, Mr. Governor, is what I also told you in private. You have started well. May God grant you the grace to finish well.
A man of great humility, a very focused man, a man that is in tune with the realities of the people, our rural communities, our urban centers, and across the spectrum, desires of our people. We are very glad to associate with you.
Today, that pride, that joy has been restored by no less a person than our action governor, Senator Monday Okpebholo.
That is your faithfulness. Money by money, I see new project in Edo State. Great is thy faithfulness. I want to thank you for the bold vision.
Earlier in his welcome address, the Managing Director, Edo Transport Authority, Henshaw Oligwe, thanked Governor Okpebholo for reviving the state's transportation system, noting that the governor had made arrangement for additional 100 air-conditioned buses for the new Edo Line to enhance the state's transport service.
A testament to Governor Okpebholo's relentless commitment to expanding this vision. A foundation for the future. We are not stopping here. A freight dump at Central Park is in progress to ensure seamless operation. And an ultra-modern mechanic workshop at the Ministry of Works compound is under construction to keep our fleet in top shape.
With the inauguration of the new Edo Line buses, operations will now commence fully, conveying travelers to other intrastate destinations. Best Orator reporting for BeeTv News.
Meanwhile, the managing director of the new Edo Line Transport Company, Ms. Imwatiya Otwomagie, has assured Edo people of efficient and dependable service with the inauguration of 102 ultra-modern buses. BeeTv News' Osarige Agwebo reports that the MD gave the assurance during the inauguration ceremony of the new Edo Line ultra-modern buses by the governor of Edo State, Senator Monday Okpebholo, joined by the Minister of FCT, Nyesom Wike, held at the Bus Terminal Central Park, Obakawayi, Benin City, Edo State. The report.
It was an electrified atmosphere at the new Edo Line bus terminal at the Central Park, Obakawayi, Benin City, as unprecedented number of Edo people, chieftains of the APC, different support groups, transport unions, market women awaited the inauguration of the 100 fleet air-conditioned ultramodern buses to be commissioned by the governor of Edo State, Senator Monday Okpebholo, joined by the Minister of FCT, Nyesom Wike. The managing director and CEO of New Edo Line, Mrs. Imwatiya Otwomagie, said everything has been put in place for full commencement of operations, ensuring that Edo people will receive efficient, affordable and dependable transport services.
Edo people should be expecting safe, secure and comfortable transportation from New Edo Line. Safety is our watchword. Our drivers are trained, well trained as a matter of fact, and they're all certified. Our vehicles are brand new. Everything you need to have a vehicle on the road in terms of good tires, fire extinguishers, we even have speed limit monitor on all our vehicles. So safety is a sure thing for all our passengers.
In an interview with BeeTv News, some dignitaries commended Governor Okpebholo for the initiative, noting that it will serve as a reliable, accessible and affordable transport services for travelers.
Was a facility brought to Edo State, then Bender State, by the late Ogbemudia. I believe that it was something that was dead. Our governor, Senator Monday Okpebholo, has given it life again. Everybody is excited, it's intriguing, it is fun. So we are happy we have a means of traveling from one point to another one now.
You can see so many buses are lying down here. New staff, dedicated staff, capable hands who can make sure this place works. So I want to thank the governor. I want to say, Governor, we thank you. We appreciate you. God will continue to bless you and continue to do all the good things you are doing in Edo State.
Some of the drivers expressed their readiness to serve Edo people with expertise and promise to deliver quality services.
So I'm so very, very happy. I'm grateful to God Almighty, and also thank our governor, Governor Monday Okpebholo, for bringing this idea to put food to the common man tables to eat. I really appreciate him.
So I personally want to assure him with all sense of humility that we're going to take this our services to the glory of God and to do whatever thing we are asked to do to make a human productivity and to maintain all the buses under our custody to the glory of God.
The new Edo Line Transport Company is expected to provide transport services from its ultramodern park in Obakawayi, Benin City to Lagos, Port Harcourt, Ibadan, Kaduna, Warri, and the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. Osarige Agwebo reporting for BeeTv News.
Residents of Iguma Street off Medical Stores Road are in shock after discovering a lifeless baby dumped in a moat in the area. BeeTv News' Osarige Agwebo, who visited the area, reports that the residents in the area said the baby was dumped then by an unknown person under the cover of midnight.
This is Iguma Street off Medical Stores Road in a local government area, Benin City, Edo State. And this is the moat where a lifeless baby was found this morning by residents in this area.
Okay, no quick wheelchair before they carry.
Residents are still in shock over the incident as the area is fully calmed and sober. In an interview with BeeTv News, some residents said upon waking up, they were shocked to find a lifeless baby dumped in a moat. According to them, the baby was abandoned by an unknown person under the cover of midnight. They expressed disappointment and dismay at whoever could commit such an act, describing the baby as a gift of God that was rejected and dumped by someone unwilling to take responsibility.
I thought it's code that killed that child. I thought it's code. So everybody was crying since. That's how we saw the baby there. But I feel bad. Everybody was weeping. Tomorrow now, the person that did that thing will marry. Maybe God will not give him a child again because of this thing. He will say it's the mother-in-law that make him not to give birth. Not knowing that is what he did or what she did that make him not to give birth again. It's very bad.
All those people never born pikin, they find pikin. Now person go born pikin, go carry it throw away for bush. You know, go born carry that pikin, go keep one side. Person they find pikin, go carry. 9 months, your mama bore you, your man no drink water, throw away. Now you go born pikin, go carry that pikin, throw away for that place. Me, I don't like him.
I go send a gear this kind of thing. So if they do, they flat up and down, they do. If they never ready to do life, may they know themselves. May they know they punish children where just be innocent, where no one, no two. They just bring their con life, just waste their life like this.
The resident noted that the lifeless baby has been taken away by the local government council and the police. They advise individuals who are not ready to care for a child to abstain from having sex rather than engaging in acts that could lead to dumping a baby in a moat. Osarugie Agwebo reporting for BeeTv News.
In a bid to curb the state of crime and criminal elements, the Edo State Command has confirmed the arrest of 142 suspected cultists in the state, while 62 others kidnapped victims were rescued from their abductors. BeeTv News Efosa Aibambe reports that the Commissioner of Police Monday Agbonika detailed the remarkable successes achieved by the force in curbing crimes and addressing security challenges across the state while addressing news in Benin.
The Edo State Command remains fully committed to its mandate of protecting lives and property.
The Commissioner of Police Edo State, CP Monday Agbonika, listed the success stories recorded by the command in curbing crimes and addressing security challenges in the state. He said the command recovered weapons, which includes 45 assorted firearms, including AK-47s, pump-action rifles, and locally made guns, 163 rounds of live ammunition, and 5 empty magazines. He said these recoveries were made across various parts of the state, including Benin City, Auchi, Uromi, Iyamo, and Ekpoma, through intelligence, stop and search operations. Additionally, the command successfully rescued 62 kidnapped victims, including women and children. These rescue operations took place in forests of Fuga, Okwila, Uromi, Agenebode, and along the Benin-Lagos Expressway. A recent operation, according to him, involving police, vigilantes, and hunters led to the rescue of 14 passengers adopted on the Fuga-Agenebode road. Tragically, one 12-year-old girl died during a kidnapping incident, and one adoptee is still missing, with ongoing efforts to locate the person.
Within the period between April and 20th July 2025, through coordinated intelligence-driven operations, community partnership, and interagency collaboration, the command has made significant strides in tackling criminal elements across the state. In various operations, a total of 40 suspected kidnappers have been arrested. Among them, several were caught in the act. 11 other suspects were arrested for armed robbery and other violent crimes. Exhibits recovered include firearms, stolen vehicles, electronics, and cash.
On the issue of cultism, the police commissioner said the command intensified efforts through the ongoing house-to-house search for cultists and has so far arrested 124 suspected cultists, many of whom have confessed to belonging to different confraternities.
Cultism remains a major concern in parts of the state. The command has intensified its efforts through the ongoing house-to-house search for cultists and has so far arrested 124 suspected cultists, many of whom have confessed to belonging to proscribed confraternities. 46 suspects were apprehended with firearms in Benin City. Others were arrested in Jato, Auchi, Epoma, and other areas with dangerous weapons and cult paraphernalia. These arrests have helped significantly to reduce the wave of inter-cult violence that recently plagued part of the state.
The commissioner stated the command's readiness for the forthcoming by-election in Edo State, urging that the security of lives and property is not just for the force alone, but a collective effort of community policing framework across local government areas.
As the senatorial and federal constituency by-elections slated for August 16, 2025 approaches, the Interagency Consultative Election Security Committee for the state has since been activated to ensure a hitch-free exercise. We urge members of the public to continue to support the police by providing timely and credible information.
In other matters, when the commissioner was asked about measures to fight crimes along the Agenebode Road over a core member that was kidnapped and the allegation raised by one kidnapped victim that he paid a ransom of 6 million naira to be released and stated that no police came to his rescue, CP Monday Agbonika, in his response, said measures have been put in place as a new police station in the locality is now working in hands with the core secretariat to ensure safety of lives.
We had to take a lot of measures to ensure that they are reassured and to also ensure that they have confidence and that they are secured and safe. I had to go to Agenebode on several occasions. One, I met with the members of the Youth Corps, the National Youth Service Corps, to reassure them, because for them to know that the place is safe and they can continue their service. I have also deployed a police station, a full-fledged police station at Ivopa community in Agenebode. So that police station is going to take care of that axis, and I think that is making the people to feel more confident. We go into the bushes, we conduct search and rescue. And you must understand that when we go after the kidnappers in the bushes, if you have had an opportunity to go into these bushes like we have done, you will understand that they are very difficult terrains. And when you get in there, you are likely to encounter the kidnappers. And also, you might not encounter the kidnappers, but they will know that there's a lot of activity going on around them. Most of the times, because they are under pressure, because they know that there's a likely encounter, their victims manage to escape, or they allow their victims to escape. And when it happens like that, I tell you with all confidence that they were rescued, because their freedom was necessitated by the action of the police. And I assure you that the police in Edo State are not relenting.
He also appreciated the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokon, and the State Governor, Senator Monday Okpebolo, for their support towards ensuring the security of the people of the state. Best Orator reporting for BeeTv News.
The Adamawa State Police Command has rescued 13 trafficked children and arrested key suspects involved in a child trafficking syndicate that stresses from Adamawa to Anambra State. And this was made known by the Commissioner of Police in the state, Dakombo Morris, at the quarterly briefing at the force headquarters in Yola.
Tears of relief and overwhelming joy as some parents of 13 kidnapped children finally received the news they have been praying for. After weeks of uncertainty and fear, the Adamawa State Police Command successfully rescued 13 children who were victims of human trafficking from Adamawa to Anambra State, southeast Nigeria. The rescue operation is as a result of a renewed effort by the police to combat crime.
The result of a credible intelligence and followed by a landmark operation led by ACP Shaibu Wara, leading to the arrest of suspect who specializes in the stealing and trafficking of children. Recently, 13 children in Adamawa who were trafficked and sold to people in Anambra State have been rescued. Investigation into this case is in progress, and as soon as investigation is concluded, the children will be released to the bona fide parent.
The Commissioner of Police in the state also revealed that a total of 567 suspects were arrested over the past 3 months for offences including kidnapping, armed robbery, sexual violence, and drug-related offences.
Recoveries. During the period under review, the command made the following recoveries: firearms, 6 AK-47 rifles, 3 pump actions, 11 fabricated assault rifles recovered, ammunition, assorted rounds of live cartridges recovered, stolen properties, 3 vehicles, 5 tricycles, 4 motorcycles, and 2 gas cylinders recovered.
The Adamawa State Police Command is urging residents to remain vigilant and report any suspicious activity. Meanwhile, the investigation into the trafficking ring is ongoing, with authorities promising that no perpetrator will go unpunished. Soher Osemeki reporting for BeeTv News.
And still on security matters, the Department of State Services and the Nigerian Army have rescued Reverend Father Alphonsus Athena and 10 others. The clergyman was kidnapped on the 1st of June alongside other travelers on the Lemenkara-Gwoza Road in Gwoza government area. The Catholic Bishop of Maiduguri Diocese, John Bonga Kabin, who is also the chairman of the Christian Association of Nigeria and Borno State, commended the gallantry and intelligence of the security operators. The SS officers in Zamfara State, also with the support from the troops of the Nigerian Army, rescued 32 kidnapped victims in Shafinka local government area of the state. Security sources said in a drive to bolster both security and infrastructure and ensure quality service delivery, the Edo State Commissioner for Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, Sir Dr. Lucky Esaigbe, visited Esan Northeast and Esan West local government area. His visit saw the commissioning of security vehicles provided to the Nigerian police to address prevailing security concerns and inspection of the new transformer installation for a Pankwala community. The report.
Our commissioner will do so. We don't get another one. How about you told you? Oh, yeah.
The Commissioner for Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs Edo State, Sir Lucky Esegbe, visited Esan Northeast Secretariat in Uromi to commission security vehicles donated to the Nigerian police by the local government acting chairman, Honorable Paul Unhomisili. He was warmly received by officials of the council. In his welcome address, the acting chairman of Esan Northeast Local Government, Honorable Paul Unhomisili, expressed appreciation to Sir Dr. Lucky Esegbe for honoring his request to commission the security vehicles for use.
Thank you for this great honor done to the chairman and the good people of Esan Northeast local government. We are happy to receive you and also welcome the security agencies here present, our party faithful, and everyone who are here on this invitation. The day I told you that I have to say now that I want to give out to this security agency to aid their security talk. So you told me you will be coming. Today you are here. We appreciate you from the bottom of our heart. This honor is a real one, and we appreciate it. Thank you, sir.
Sir Dr. Lucky Segbe on his part thanked the chairman and staff of the local government for contributing to grassroots development. He also commended the state governor, Senator Monday Pueblo, for the significant developmental strides brought to his land. However, Sir Segbe emphasized that the office of the local government chairman is a political one, and therefore occupants must be accountable for what they have accomplished for the people while in office.
What we want to see is project. But that is not to say you should not give what is due to the civil servants as it is. Because this is a political office. Because when the time comes, you will show us your scorecard. You will not come and show us the number of civil servants you have paid entitlement, but rather what has been done with the freedom that has been given to us by the government to ensure the administration of local governments in Edo State, and of course, Eastern Northeast, is seen to be pride among one of the best local governments in Edo State.
Afterwards, Sir Dr. Lucky Segbe and the chairman proceeded to the unveiling and commissioning of the security vehicle.
The security of lives and properties in our various local governments. He has been able to provide this number of vehicles to support the division in the Eastern Northeast here to ensure that there is security of our people. So I think it's a commendable stride, and we also enjoy other local government to also follow suit.
We thank the chairman for having the to provide a vehicle for the securities. So what the chairman did is the right thing, and it's what we expected from him to do.
Working governor who has helped us to provide this vehicle for the security agencies to help our people to fight the issue of insecurity. In line with the agenda of the governor, to ensure that our people sleep with two eyes closed. That's the reason of what you saw today.
In Esan West, Sir Dr. Lucky Segbe also made a stopover at the Ebahwala community to inspect the installation of a new transformer, a donation from the governor that came through the request of Julius Alowoseli, popularly known as Oba of Youth. In an interview with BeeTv News, Sir Dr. Lucky Segbe and Saturday Egbadon, the Director General of the Edo State Rural Electrification Agency, revealed that the community had been without power for over 9 months due to a faulty transformer. They expressed appreciation to Governor Monday Pueblo for his developmental policies and plans, specifically acknowledging the donation of the new transformer facilitated by Oba of Youth, which they said will restore electricity to the community.
His Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Edo State, is a promise keeper. During this electionary campaign, he promised our people that he was going to put smiles in our faces by ensuring that he's going to provide infrastructural development for our people. For over close to almost 9 months, this community have been in darkness, and today you can see a new brand transformer, tested European standard, have just been supplied for the benefit of this community. So on behalf of the community, we are very grateful to the governor, because I'm also from this local government, and I'm also using this opportunity to tell every other person who are in other political parties, this is the time for us to partner with the governor to take East and Land, to take Edo State to the next level.
Today you could see what is happening here today. About 2 months ago, Hoban made a request that this village that they don't have a light. Today, you could see it because this village is dear to his heart. He said, "Let there be light in this village." So today there is light.
The people of Ebahwala community offered prayers for the state governor and gratitude to all who facilitated the donation of the transformer.
I'm grateful that the government have remembered us, but since November we have no light. As I'm here now, I'm very happy. You can see many people here now, they're also jubilating because our new transformer, new brown transformer, tear rubber. I'm grateful.
It's a good one. Since last year we have not been having lights. Since November last year, there have not been lights in this community. due to bad transformer. So I discussed with our working governor. He said I should not worry that they are going to provide transformer for our community. But today you can see he has fulfilled the promise. We have a brand new transformer now, 500 kVA.
Above you to the money transformer and Kieva, so bad a party. Egbe of water or area here. Government is some bad the government at the Oliver.
They know when I am Mamupa, Ogoma Kijania, Mamupania, Mami transformer, some bulu bulu, or somebody pan of Mure, a pan of that Rigo or Dakar, over move from our phone, in the name of Jesus. How about you,
Best Orator reporting for BeeTv News.
In a move aimed at strengthening advocacy and intervention for women and the girl child across Edo State, the National Council for Women Societies of Nigeria paid a courtesy visit to the Honorable Commissioner for Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, Dr. Lucky Esaigbe, in Benin City to seek collaboration. BeeTv News Best Orator has details.
The delegation led by the National Coordinator South-South, Honorable Inumidu Idehe, senior officials and members of the National Council for Women's Society used the opportunity to engage the Commissioner for Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs on critical areas affecting women and the girl child, particularly in local government areas. Key focus during the visit include improving menstrual hygiene management, enhancing access to education for the girl child, as well as vocational skill training and economic empowerment programs for women in rural and undeserved communities. The NCWS highlighted the need for a robust and inclusive partnership with the Edo State government through the Ministry of Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs to ensure that grassroots women benefit directly from schemes and social protection programs. They expressed readiness to collaborate on sensitization campaigns, distribution of menstrual hygiene kits, and the establishment of sustainable training hubs for young women to acquire skills in tailoring, catering, ICT, and other income-generating ventures.
Your leadership so far that I have on my own followed before now, that was what inspired the National Council to come and pay a courtesy visit to. As NCWS, we recognize and commend your efforts in empowering women and promoting their development. Our organization core focus areas include education, vocational skills development, economic empowerment, and social welfare initiatives. In light of our shared goals, we would welcome a partnership with your office to further empower women in Edo State. We kindly request your continued support for our initiatives, particularly in the areas of education, vocational skills development, and economic empowerment. In light of our shared goals, we would welcome partnership with your office to further empower women in Edo State. We kindly request your continued support for our initiative, particularly in the areas of educational, vocational skills development, and economic empowerment.
The Honorable Commissioner for Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, Sir Dr. Lucky Esaigbe, while receiving the delegation, commended the Council for its long-standing advocacy on women's development and pledged the ministry's commitment to initiatives that align with the broader goals of the present administration under Governor Monday Okpebolo in promoting gender equality and economic inclusion.
Once again, I want to appreciate you for your visit. Long ago, His Excellency graciously appointed me to man this ministry. I'm sure he also saw the strength of our women during the election campaign. If I tell you that the victory of Senator Monday Okpebolo, I can tell you that 70% of that victory is attributed to the women. In a very short while, we have empowered close to almost 400 women in my local government by the grace of God. We loan, so that some persons will not say, oh, it's political fund, let us limit it. No, we used to empower women, go into do business, make profit. Every market day, bring a contribution token of 500 naira back to the coordinator. We will mob them together again. We empower another set of women. Top of that, in the area of medical care, we carry out medical missions for our women, youth, and children. Because we need to support our women. The burden of our women in the state is too much, and as such, they need our support. They need government support. And I think we will also look focus, like I mentioned before, our women are local government. For very few of them, not too much of them, we provided a brand new bus for them to enable them to move around
Not just a bus. When I made a bus, a full coaster bus. Because when I saw them inside the bus, I feel fulfilled. That this, we have seen your request. This is our mission. It's our vision to ensure that Mr. Governor's agenda touches the life of every woman in Edo State.
The visit is seen as a strategic step towards fostering institutional collaboration aimed at uplifting the welfare and dignity of women and girls across Edo State. Best Orator reporting for BeeTv News.
The human brain is regarded as a sensitive organ which performs key functions such as thought, memory, emotion, and responsive to communication, as well as helping other organs function effectively. This was made known by BeeTv News' Freeman Osawe during an interview with a medical practitioner at the University of Benin Teaching Hospital, Dr. David Daniel Idet, as the world commemorates World Brain Day.
The human brain is a complex organ that serves as the command center of the nervous system, controlling movements, emotions, and bodily functions. The function of the sensitive organ cannot be overemphasized. In commemoration of the World Brain Day, respondents have enumerated the key functions of the brain, especially in helping the body to function effectively, emotionally and psychologically. They said without the brain functioning well, it will result in numerous complications such as mental disorder.
One of the most important organs of the human body, if not the most important, because without it, we can't even do anything. We can't walk, we can't see, we can't think.
Without brain, you cannot function well.
When we see somebody that's maybe is mentally unstable, you will know from the behavior.
A medical practitioner at the University of Benin Teaching Hospital, Dr. David Daniel Hedet, explained that the brain, which is a key function organ of the body, helps in sending and receiving signals and is responsive to communications. He added that when the brain is damaged or impaired, it leads to mental disorder and advised the public to seek urgent medical advice if they notice any inconsistency with their brain.
The brain is very important, and as such, it has to be well taken care of. There are several conditions, pathologies that can affect the brain, ranging from infections, inflammations, neoplastic conditions, and particularly in our environment, trauma. So it is important for us to be able to understand these conditions, know these conditions, and be able to identify that there's a problem with the brain, because that is where it actually starts from, identifying that there's a problem with the brain. So once one is able to identify that there's a problem with the brain, the next thing is to seek medical advice.
World Brain Day is marked July 22nd annually. Freeman Osawe reporting for BeeTv News.
The federal government has reaffirmed its commitment to transforming Nigeria into a $1 trillion economy within the next decade. Speaking at the Maiden Domestic Investor Summit in Abuja, the Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment said the ministry has unlocked over $50 billion in investment commitments, restored investors' confidence, and repositioned Nigeria as a credible and forward-looking destination for business investors. BeeTv News' Favor Kulawole has more.
The federal government has set an ambitious target to grow Nigeria's economy into $1 trillion powerhouse by 2030. To achieve this, it is championing the Nigerian First policy, a strategic move to prioritize indigenous businesses, promote local production, and strengthen capital across all sectors of the economy. In line with the vision, the Federal Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment is hosting the first ever domestic investor summit following a presidential directive. The goal is to co-develop actionable strategies, reforms, and investment blueprints with alliance with the 8-point renewed hope agenda, the Nigerian First policy, and the broad $1 trillion economic vision.
We have the people, the arable land, and the data. We have the plans, we have the projects, and they are Nigerian-led, Nigerian-backed, and Nigerian-driven. This is not just about being open for business. Nigeria is poised to build businesses at home.
Policy stability, ease of doing business reforms, and enabling infrastructure, we can unlock the full potential of Nigerian investors and position our economy as the most dynamic and inclusive in Africa.
The summit also spotlighted government's ongoing efforts to stimulate economic growth.
The cost of establishing business, just as a result of that law, has reduced by 7.5%. Just imagine 7.5% of $2 billion. That is the credit coming to the business.
We took bold steps to reinstate price stability, phase out unsustainable interventions, and re-anchor the market's expectations. We undertook this reform to rebuild integrity in the foreign exchange market and to unify exchange rates.
As part of the event, the government launched a 5-year report on the implementation of African Continental Free Trade Area in Nigeria, marking a milestone in the country's regional trade integration efforts. Favor Kolawole reporting for BeeTv News.
Zamfara State Governor Daudu Lawal has reaffirmed his administration's commitments to revitalizing the healthcare sector with the commissioning of a newly renovated nursing complex of the State College of Nursing Science in Gusau. The project, completed under the Daudu Cares 2025 initiative, is aimed at strengthening health education and building a resilient health system in the state. God Gift Omone has the details.
The healthcare sector in Zamfara State has faced years of neglect marked by inadequate infrastructure, poor funding, and a shortage of medical personnel. In response, Governor Dauda Lawal declared a state of emergency in the sector shortly after assuming office, pledging massive investments in health infrastructure and human capital development. In his remarks, the governor emphasized that the College of Nursing Science has played a vital role in the development of nursing and midwifery manpower in the state. He reiterated his administration's resolve to rebuild the state's healthcare architecture by investing in institutions that train essential health workers.
I'm happy to say that our collective effort has yielded remarkable results. We have constructed and rehabilitated multiple learning and support facilities on this campus. These include a modern demonstration room for nursing, a dedicated demonstration room for midwifery, several classroom blocks, each with a capacity to accommodate up to 120 students.
Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Health, Zamfara State, Bashiru Surajo, says the commissioning of the upgraded nursing complex at the Zamfara State College of Nursing Science is part of the efforts to reposition health institutions across the state. Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Health, Bashiru Surajo Gusau, who represented the Health Commissioner, noted that the upgraded facility will greatly enhance the training capacity of the college and improve the quality of healthcare delivery in Zamfara.
Commissioning of another gigantic, determination-proven, heart-soothing and thirst-quenching project, and that is rehabilitated, remodeled, and standardized nursing complex under the Governor Dauda Cares 2025.
The renovation of the nursing complex forms part of the Dauda Cares 2025 agenda, an initiative focused on health, education, and infrastructure development for a better Zamfara state. Gosgift Omone reporting for BeeTv News.
The West African Association for Cross-Border Trade is intensifying efforts to boost regional trade and integration through capacity development in Lagos. The association convened a 2-day training workshop aimed at sensitizing small and medium-sized cross-border traders on the benefits and implementation of the ECOWAS Trade Liberalization Scheme. BeeTv News Harmony Bafo has more.
The ECOWAS Trade Liberalization Scheme, also known as ETLS, remains a key pillar of West Africa's drive towards economic integration. But for many small-scale cross-border traders, the benefit of the scheme remains untapped due to lack of awareness and procedural knowledge. This gap is what the West Africa Association of Cross-Border Trade hopes to bridge with a 2-day intensive workshop in Lagos.
ETLS is a trade facilitation program, is a scheme to facilitate trade between the ECOWAS country, where you can not pay duty when you have the ETLS certificate. So that is the advantage. And this forum is to educate the SME about the importance of the ETLS.
We make sure that they understand what is their rights, what is also is their obligation when we talk about the documentation, and once they are at the borders or at the corridor, they know how to address the response to the police, to the custom, to the immigration agents.
The workshop also tackled challenges like multiple levies at borders, policy inconsistencies, and barriers that affect women-led informal trading, which constitutes a large percentage of cross-border business in the region.
When we say women make the bulk, most often the figures range from 60 to 70, in the border trade. Ask, where do they belong to? Where are they ranking? They are always at the bottom rank.
The more challenges we're having is transit levy that you have to pay on each country. The moment you are moving your good, any borders, each country has its own law that imposing that you have to pay levy.
With the African Continental Free Trade Area creating more opportunities across borders, the association says training grassroots traders is critical to leveraging trade agreements and unlocking inclusive economic growth. Harmony Agba for reporting for BeeTv News.
Malaria remains one of Nigeria's most pressing public health crises, with the country recording over 110 million clinical diagnosed cases every year. In Kogi State, recent figures from the State Health Information System shows that more than 40,000 children under the age of 5 were diagnosed with malaria in 2024. In response, stakeholders across the health sector are intensifying efforts to combat malaria both in Kogi and beyond. Malaria continues to be a public health crisis in Nigeria, with the country accounting for over 110 million clinical diagnosed cases annually. Health experts say malaria is responsible for 30% of childhood deaths and 11% of maternal deaths nationwide. According to data from the Kogi State Health Information System, 40,678 children under 5 were diagnosed with malaria in 2024. Of these, 684 cases were classified as severe and 12 resulted in fatalities. It is a sobering statistics that has pushed stakeholders in the health sector to intensify the fight against malaria in Kogi State and beyond.
We want the media to be able to disseminate the right information to members of the public, and especially at the community level, so that they know what seasonal malaria chemo prevention stands for and the benefits, that comes with, appropriate use of these SMC drugs. That is prevention of malaria in children 3 to 59 months during the peak of malaria transmission.
The media party brought together civil society leaders, government representatives, and healthcare professionals to strategize on community engagement and awareness campaigns.
2 out of every 4 persons having malaria in West Africa sub-region live in Nigeria, and 1 out of 5 deaths from malaria globally occur in Nigeria. Malaria kills 9 persons every hour in Nigeria. Alarming, right? Now we are beginning to feel the reality, right? So, and that is why we can't keep quiet.
You will also help us to blow and herald the positivity of these drugs, malaria drugs that are available at their disposal, so that they are they suffer most. They are the worst hit population. So they should come out, make themselves available, and take advantage of what government has provided for them.
With the 2025 seasonal malaria chemo prevention campaign on way, health officials hope that intensified media engagement and community participation will help reduce the burden of malaria, especially among young children. Kogi State joins the national and global push to eliminate malaria, but as the number shows, much work still lies ahead. Evelyn Isabella reporting for BeeTv News. In Imo State, Governor Senator Hope Uzodinma has called for bold constitutional reforms to correct regional imbalance and strengthen Nigerians' unity. He made this known at the zonal public hearing on the Constitution review for Imo and Abia State. BeeTv News' Esohe Osewenge reports.
The hearing in Owerri, organized by the 10th House of Representatives, brought together key stakeholders and community leaders. Governor Uzodinma listed 4 main demands: new state for the Southeast, recognition of place of birth for indigenship, rotation of the presidency among Nigerian 6 zones, and the creation of state police to improve local security.
For the constitutional entrenchment of rotational presidency, the rotational presidency not along the ambiguous north and the south divide. Since we have 6 geopolitical zones, it should be included into our constitution.
In his welcome address, Deputy Speaker Benjamin Kalu, who chairs the House Committee on Constitution Review, urged citizens to share ideas that will help build a stronger and fairer nation.
Let us remember, constitutional reform is not an event, but a process. The bills we debate today will be debated in parliamentary plenary, harmonized with the Senate, and transmitted to the state houses of assembly for final approval. Only with your continuous engagement, your vigilance, your advocacy, can we ensure that these reforms are not just passed, but implemented.
Representing the Abia State Governor, Deputy Governor Ikechukwu Emetu said Abia does not see the need for new states but wants the existing ones to work better for the people.
If the 2023 governorship election was conducted with the template used in magically find independent sources of financing the new states outside what currently exists, I do not share the optimism of those promoting the idea of adding new states to the current 36 states structure.
Civil rights advocate Chris Uche summarized 86 bills before the committee, covering local government autonomy, devolution of powers, electoral reforms, and stronger human rights protections.
Next, the legislative efforts to address governance challenges, promote inclusivity, and enhance administrative efficiency in Nigeria.
Labor unions, the TUC, and civil society groups also presented fresh recommendations for equity and grassroots development. The Deputy Speaker assured our contributions will guide the 10th House of Representatives as it works to amend the 1999 Constitution to reflect the hopes of Nigerians. Soha Osemegi, reporting for BeeTv News. Deputy Governor of Lagos State, Obafemi Hamzat, has tasked all local government chairmen in the state to develop the grassroots with initiatives that will bring more dividends of democracy. He stated this at the commissioning of projects by the outgoing Odi Olowo Ojuwoye Local Council Development Area, Ramzak Ajala. While welcoming the guests at the event, Ramzak Ajala highlighted the project as a fulfillment of his administration promises, citing significant progress in infrastructure, social intervention, youth empowerment, and security. For his part, chairman of the All Progressive Congress in Lagos State, Cornelius Ojelabi State, noted the development in grassroots in Lagos State as a good one and as evidence that APC is the party of the people.
These are physical things that our local government has done. Massive building, you enter the ICT facility, good offices, conference rooms, and so on and so forth. Very, very commendable. We are going to another one, the football club, the football field, many roads, and so on and so forth. So we are proud.
His Excellency, the Deputy Governor, was the one who led the Lagos State delegation to the zonal hearing of the Senate on constitutional amendment 2 weeks ago here in Lagos. And this was the position that was well canvassed by him on behalf of Lagos State government. And the rest assured that we heard him loud and clear. And for me, it's also an additional responsibility that I was part of this dream in Lagos State, and today I'm the leader of the Senate in ensuring that we give meaning to this expression.
This is one of the our electoral promise. So getting it done and deliver for the benefit of our people is something that gladdens my heart personally.
And now to the business news. Nigeria's gross domestic product, GDP, grew by 3.13% year-on-year in real term in the first quarter of 2025, according to data from the National Bureau of Statistics, NBS. This marks an improvement over the 2.27% growth rate recorded in Q1 2024, reflecting a rebound in economic activity across several sectors. In nominal terms, the nation's economic output was valued at 94.05 trillion naira in Q1 2025, up from 79.51 trillion naira in the same period last year, representing an 18.30% increase. Let's join BeeTv News' Esohe Osewenge for details and more from Business World.
The services sector remained the largest contributor to GDP, expanding by 4.33% and accounting for 57.50% of the real GDP. Telecommunications and information services grew by 7.40% and contributed 10.59% to total output, up from 10.17% in Q1 2024. Financial and insurance activities posted strong growth of 15.3%, driven by increased digital adoption and improved performance in the banking and fintech sectors. The figures were released following a GDP rebasing exercise that updated the base year from 2010 to 2019. The new base year is intended to align Nigeria's economic data with international standards and more accurately reflect changes in the economic structure. While the growth was welcomed by economic experts and private sector stakeholders, they emphasized the need for continued structural reforms to sustain momentum and support small businesses and households. Oando PLC has announced plans to raise up to 500 billion naira in additional capital through a combination of equity and debt instruments, subject to shareholder approval at its upcoming 46th annual general meeting. According to a notice filed with the Nigerian Exchange Limited, the capital raise will strengthen the company's financial position and fund new business initiatives. The raise may involve issuing up to 10 million ordinary shares or 50 kobo each via public offerings, private placement, rights issues, or debt-to-equity conversions, depending on market conditions and regulatory approvals. The company also intends to convert up to $300 million of its existing reserve-based lending debts into equity as part of a broader capital restructuring strategy. In addition, Oando is seeking approval to establish a $1.5 billion multi-instrument issuance program, enabling it to issue a variety of financial instruments, including bonds and certificates. The board has proposed increasing Oando's share capital from 5 billion to 20 billion by creating 30 billion new ordinary shares. Shareholders will also vote on the reappointment of auditors, director remuneration, audit committee elections, and resolutions involving related party transactions. Oando recently reported a 267% increase in profit after tax, rising to 220 billion for the 2024 financial year. Nigeria's public debt to GDP ratio declined to 39.4% in Q1 2025, following the National Bureau of Statistics GDP rebasing exercise. The rebasing expanded GDP measurement to include emerging sectors such as digital technology, fintech, creative industries, and the informal economy, resulting in a significant increase in nominal GDP. As of March 31, 2025, Nigeria's total public debt stood at 149.39 trillion, comprising 78.76 trillion in domestic debts and 70.63 trillion in external debts. The rebased GDP, now valued at 379.17 trillion, places the country's debt to GDP ratio below the 40% self-imposed limit and under the 55% ceiling set by the World Bank and IMF. Domestic debt accounts for 20.77% of GDP, while external debt makes up 18.63%, but is still considered a statistically improvement from pre-rebasing levels. Lafarge African PLC posted a profit after tax of 132.7 billion for the 6 months ended June 30, 2025, up from 29.4 billion in the same period in 2024. Revenue for H1 2025 rose by 75% to 517 billion from 295.6 billion, driven by increased sales volume and robust market demand. Cost of sales rose to 221.2 billion from 147.9 billion, while gross profit more than doubled to 295.8 billion from 147.6 billion. Operating profit increased by 144% to 192.3 billion, reflecting gains in cost efficiency and operational performance. Finance income rose sharply to 10.2 billion from 1 billion, while finance costs declined to 2.8 billion from 33.3 billion. Profit before tax surged to 199.7 billion from 46.6 billion. Income tax expense rose to 67.1 billion, resulting in the final half-year profit after tax of 132.7 billion. In Q2 2025 alone, the company generated 268.6 billion in revenue, up 70% from 157.8 billion in Q2 2024. Quarterly profit after tax reached 84 billion, representing a 248% increase year-on-year. Basic earnings per share rose to 824 kobo compared to 182 kobo in the previous year. Total assets exceeded 1 trillion as of June 30, 2025, and total equity rose to 554 billion from 505 billion at the beginning of the year. Dividends amounting to 83.8 billion were declared during the period. And we have come to the end of the business news segment. I am Sohair Osemeke, reporting for BeeTv News.
Let's now move on to the global scenes, where South African Mark Moodley believes that installing a solar power system helped save his 81-year-old mother's life by ensuring her oxygen concentrator remained powered during the country's frequent blackouts. Also, Trump administration releases files on Martin Luther King Jr. BeeTv News correspondent Harmony Agbafo has more on this and more from the global scenes.
Mark Moodley from South Africa believes a solar power system helped save his 81-year-old mother's life by keeping her oxygen concentrator running during frequent blackouts. Through Wetality, a local startup offering pay-as-you-go solar packages, he secured reliable power without a large upfront cost. This model has made solar more accessible to low-income households and small businesses. Wetality's systems are theft-resistant and suited to fragile rooftops. Shopkeeper Julius Kubetseng also credits solar with saving his business, allowing him to stay open during outages and plan confidently for the future. The Trump administration has released 230,000 pages of previously sealed records on Martin Luther King Jr. assassination, including FBI surveillance files. Kept from public view since 1977, the documents were declassified as part of a broader effort also involving Kennedy assassination files. King's children, Martin III and Bernice, condemned the release, citing past invasive government surveillance, while niece Alveda King welcomed it as a step towards truth. Critics argue the move may distract Trump's handling of Jeffrey Epstein-related files. The records include FBI, CIA, and Justice Department materials. James L. Ray, who pleaded guilty to the murder, later claimed he was framed. An official investigation in China has revealed that dozens of provincial officials and hospital staff tried to cover up for a lead poisoning incident at Peixin Kindergarten in Tianshui, where 235 children fell ill after consuming food tainted with toxic levels of lead. Authorities found that staff had used inedible paints to make food appear more appealing, and food samples contained lead 2,000 times above safe levels. Officials tampered with blood test results and neglected proper inspections, while some accepted bribes. Several people, including the principal and cooks, have been arrested, and others are under disciplinary investigation. The central government responded swiftly and knew. The UK and 27 other nations have condemned Israel's action in Gaza, urging an immediate end to the war and criticizing its aid delivery as dangerous and inhumane. Over 100 Palestinians were reportedly killed while seeking food, with additional deaths from malnutrition. Israel denies wrongdoing and blames Hamas for prolonging the conflict and obstructing aid. The UN warns of a collapsing humanitarian system, citing widespread hunger and child deaths. Proposals to relocate Gaza's population were denounced as illegal, while the war sparked by Hamas' October 2023 attack has left tens of thousands dead in Gaza. And that is all from the global scenes. Harmony Agba reporting for BeeTv News.
Nigerian singer and songwriter Adekunle Gold has denied recent online claims that he underwent a bone marrow transplant to treat sickle cell anemia. The speculation began on social media platform X, where a user alleged that the artist has been cured of the condition through medical intervention. Let's join BeeTv News God Gift Omane for details and more from Entertainment World.
Adekunle Gold clarified that he has not undergone such a procedure. Although his statement was later deleted, it generated widespread attention and curiosity amongst fans regarding his current health status. In another development, Nigerian entertainer Charlie Boy has reacted to actor Yu Edochie's recent public endorsement of the Southeast presidency in the upcoming 2027 general elections. This development marks a shift in Edochie's political stance, as he had previously supported the current administration led by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Peter Obi of the Labour Party remains the most prominent presidential aspirant from the Southeast region. Obi contested the 2023 general election, finishing third behind Bola Tinubu of the All Progressives Congress and the People's Democratic Party candidate, according to official results released by the Independent National Electoral Commission. He has since declared his intention to run again in 2027. Charlie Boy acknowledged Edochie's new position in a post on X. American singer, actress, and entrepreneur Selena Gomez marked her 33rd birthday on Tuesday, July 22nd, 2025. She shared a message with fans via Instagram, reflecting on the previous year and expressing appreciation for the support she has received. Gomez highlighted the personal and professional milestones she achieved over the past year and expressed optimism about the future. With over 418 million followers, she remains the most followed woman on Instagram and continues to maintain a prominent position in global pop culture through her work in music, film, and business. Hollywood actor Malcolm Jamal Warner has died at the age of 54 due to an accidental drowning in Costa Rica. The incident occurred at Playa Grande de Coles, a beach on the Caribbean coast in the Limon province. According to the Costa Rican Judicial Investigation Department, Warner was caught in a strong ocean current while swimming on Sunday afternoon. Despite efforts by bystanders to rescue him and the response from emergency services, he was pronounced dead at the scene. His body was transported to the local morgue for formal identification and autopsy. Warner gained fame in the 1980s for his role in Theo Huxtable on the Cosby Show and later appeared in several television series, including Sons of Anarchy, The Resident, and Read Between the Lines. His death has prompted tributes from across the entertainment industry. And that is it from the entertainment world. Gift Omone reporting for BeeTv.
Now on sport news, Arsenal has reportedly reached an agreement to sign Sporting CP striker Victor Gyökeres for €73.5 million total package. A verbal agreement is in place, but final details need to be ironed out before the switch can be completed. BeeTv News sport correspondent Freeman Osawi has more on this and other stories.
According to The Athletic, the 27-year-old agent who waived his commission to help complete the deal, and the striker is expected to sign a contract also. Gyökeres will be playing for Arsenal for a €63.5 million fee with €10 million in add-ons. As per David Ornstein, bringing an end to the club's long-awaited move for a deadly goal scorer, and also a transfer saga that has both entertained and panicked Gunners fans over the past weeks. Arsenal had been searching for a striker for a long time, and after failing to add such a player to their ranks in previous transfer windows, this was the summer that it had to be done. The Gunners went into the market with two names in mind, Benjamin Sesko and Victor Gyökeres, and for a while it seemed the former was their preferred option. Despite reports they were negotiating for both simultaneously, it seemed talks were more advanced for Sesko, prompting many to believe he would be their new striker for the new season. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu takes out his phone for a selfie with NBA icon LeBron James in Monaco. The governor beaming alongside the basketball superstar, alongside other notable figures in a high-profile encounter. In a striking moment that has captured the attention of both Nigerians and global audiences, Sanwo-Olu was spotted in Monaco for the Electric Boat Series, where he announced that the next edition is set for Lagos on October 4 and 5, 2025. Super Falcons head coach Justin Madugu is confident in his side ability to defeat defending champions South Africa ahead of the AFCON semi-final clash, despite the air of invisibility around Bayana in the competition. Desiree Elise Girls won the last edition of the competition and have been unbeaten at the AFCON in regular time since 2018. Still, Madugu believes his team are well up to reach the final. While their underwhelming showing in the group stage packed doubts in Nigeria's chance of winning their 10th Cup of Nations, their performance in the 5-0 drubbing of Zambia in the quarterfinals inspired confidence. Madugu and his team are well prepared and express his belief that they can hint at Africa's impressive 14-game run, avoiding defeat in regular time at the AFCON. And that's it on Sport News. Freeman Usawa reporting for BeeTv News.
And that is the size of our news package for tonight. Many thanks for joining us on BeeTv Major News. I am Evelyn Izibili. Thank you and have a good night.